Hey guys, it's Lego Boy Z3. Today I'm going to show you how to properly lubricate and tension a speed cube. And so today I'm going to be using some silicone lube from the cubicle, and so you see we have a bunch of weight 2 and some weight 4. I'm going to be putting this in the hardware because it doesn't really matter what weight you have, and this in the pieces to make it kind of fast. And so what you'll need is the 2 types of lube, or you can just use one if you want. You'll need a tip for that lube right here, a screwdriver, and your speed cube. And so preferably it's something like a newer speed cube where you can just take it off, unscrew it, and so that's the first step. Just take off the cap and unscrew it. Okay, here we go, and so now once the screw comes out, you can just take it out, and these can all just go off to the side, but you need to keep the centerpiece and the center cap stay here, and then we can just take the rest of the pieces out like this, and then continue taking the caps off and unscrewing the rest of the pieces. Okay, so if anyone is wondering at this point, this is the thunderclap that I am lubing right now. I haven't lubed it yet. And so what you need to do is for each one of these pieces, you're just going to repeat this whole process. So you're going to take out the screw and the spring, and there should also be a washer in there. If there's not a washer, then that's okay. Some of them don't come with washers. And then you open up this piece and take the lube, the heavier lube that you want to use in the hardware, and screw the tip on, and make sure not a ton of it falls out. Screw it on tight. There we go. And now what we want to do is push it out to the end of there. There's already some coming out, and you just want to get a tiny little ball of lube. And so there's already a little bit too much on the tip, so I'm just going to clean that off. And so a little ball just came out right there. And so what you want to do is put it in the hole right there and put it right into the very bottom. And just move it around like that until it's all gone. And then you see there's also another little like platform in there. It's not the very bottom part, but a little bit up from there. And so push out a little tiny bit more lube, if it's not already, like that, and put that around the platform, and just move it around like that, and there you go. Now what you want to do is you want to get the washer, and most of the time there'll be 2 sides. There'll be a shiny side and a not very shiny side, and so this is the not very shiny side. This is the shiny side, and so what you need to do is get the washer in the hole, shiny side up, and so just get it like this. The way I like to do it is I have a magnetic screwdriver, and so I just hold it by the shiny side and stick it in the hole just like that. And then it should stick to the lube. If it doesn't, then that's okay. Just kind of mess around with it until it falls off. Make sure the shiny side is still up. Okay, I had to put a little tiny bit more lube inside to get it to stick, but now what you want to do is push out a little tiny bit more, little dot there, and put that on top of the washer. Just like that. And now what you want to do is get the screw and spring, put them together like this. And if the pieces all lubed up, what you want to do is just stick it into here like that. And what you need to do is put a tiny bit more lube just around where the spring is, or where the screw sticks out. And so it should be on the plastic part right there. You can also just place it on the core, but what you want to do at this point is right where you just put that lube, stick the screw into here, and get your screwdriver and just screw it back in. If you're wondering how far you should put it in, I like to kind of just eyeball it, but you want to make all of them equal. Definitely don't do it all the way, but to figure out how far you have left, just pull the 2 apart, the spring will stretch out, and just look at those parts, and then you're just going to compare each of them and just kind of make them roughly equal. You can make a physical measurement, but in my opinion that's just too hard and too much work. And so you just want to eyeball it and match up all the pieces once you get them all in. And so next up, we'll just repeat that real quick. I'll just do it on camera. And so get that out, get some lube, wash up the tip because a bunch of it fell out. Now what we need to do is put it in, get a tiny drop, put it in the bottom hole, tiny bigger drop, and put it on the top part. And then grab the washer, make sure it's shiny side up, stick it on the screwdriver, and stick it right into the hole like that, and then put lube in. That's a big drop. Tiny bit out, and stick it on top of the washer right there. Put the screw and the spring in. Put a little bit in between the core and the piece. I'll just put it on the core this time, right there. And then screw it in and eyeball the tensions to make it equal to all the rest of them. And that's it. So these tensions are roughly equal, and so now we just need to repeat that for all of these center pieces. Okay, now that you have the core completely assembled, completely lubed, and completely tensioned how you want it, or at least for the time being, what you're going to do is kind of pull the lube back, make sure some of the stuff that's in the tip just kind of falls back, and you can take the tip out and replace it with the stop. And then what you need to do is just set that off to the side because we won't need it anymore. Save that tip, we're not going to clean it out just yet. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to assemble the cube. You can do it however you want to. I'm just going to do it and then solve it later. Okay, so I just got mine assembled and it is way too tight. I didn't realize how tight the thunderclap got. So what you need to do if you want to loosen it is you just do a couple wrist turns and do the same thing on every side. And that's to make sure that the tensions remain equal. And if you want to tighten it at all, just do the same thing, only tightening it. And just do that all around every side each time and just get it how you like it. Okay, so now that you have the cube at an okay tension, you can still adjust it a little bit later. You're going to want to open up the lighter lube and stick the same tip on it. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to clean it out or anything. Just stick the same tip on it. If you get a little bit of weight for it in the cube, that's okay. It'll all mix together. And what you want to do is just push it out and just put a little bit along an edge piece, maybe like this, like that. Just put it general places around the cube. You're not going to want to lube it too much. I think that's already enough. It's dripping out and everything. And so now I'm just going to assemble the cube again. Okay, and so I mixed it up plenty. It's at a perfect tension for me. There's just enough lube. I don't want too much in it, but it's okay. And so now what we're going to do is just replace all the center caps. Make sure they're going on in the right places. And so we have this one, and so I know that this one goes here. Make sure you put them in the right places again. This one should go up here, and this one in here. And so now you can just solve up the cube. You may have a bit of parity, in which case you just have to disassemble the cube again, but that's no problem. We can just solve it, and this cube is already pretty good. A little bit gummy, but that'll go away eventually. And there we go. And so if you want to, if you haven't yet, then pull the lube out like that, and then take this tip off, put the stopper back on, and you can just clean out that tip a little bit. And your cube is now lubricated. I have some lube on the outside. I'll just wash that off. And we are good to go to start speed cubing and just using this cube however you want to. And that's pretty much it. If you want to adjust anything, if like it's not fast enough, you can add some more. If it's too fast or too gummy, you can wash some out. If you need to tension it, use a screwdriver. Just take off the caps and just adjust it however you want. But that's basically how you do it. And so if you like this video, or if it helped you, anything like that, then just leave a like down below to show me that you liked it. Leave some suggestions down in the comments below for more videos that I can make like this in the future. And stay subscribed to be notified when another video like this comes out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!